by criminals. It is thinking that capital punishment will deter criminals, but it is too harsh to implement. They are also weighing the pros and cons of life imprisonment. Okay, now I told you that just take capital punishment as death penalty. When you think of capital punishment, think of death penalty, like just like executing an individual for his offenses. That is it. And life imprisonment, has to do with staying in the prison for the rest of your life. So the question now is, which one do you prefer? That is what they're asking you. Amongst the two, which one do you think is more reasonable? So anyone you feel is more reasonable is what you are going to stretch the more in your survey. Exactly. Choosing option, we have life imprisonment, okay, so we are dealing with life imprisonment as our choosing option. Yeah, is that you're paraphrasing the topic. When I say paraphrase, what I mean is that you're rewarding the topic, or you're restructuring, or you're omitting, you're adding. Okay, that's what I mean by paraphrasing. That's the first thing you do before you bring your opinion into the essay. First of all, the first thing you do is to look at the topic and paraphrase it. Okay, for example, what other word or words can you use to replace the federal government if you think it is replaceable? Are you getting what I'm saying? If possible, this entire topic, how can you make them shorter without changing the meaning? Because while paraphrasing, you don't alter meaning, you maintain meaning, but you can restructure background statement and the thesis statement. Let me do the introduction. Background statement, thesis statement. Background statement is that paraphrasing, paraphrase of the topic. That's background statement, the paraphrase of the topic. Okay, and the thesis statement is now the statement that shows your opinion, the statement that shows your opinion. Have you written it down?
Yeah, I'm seeing where yes.
Okay. You can remove federal government and it will still mean the same thing. So we can say the government is currently, we have is thinking, so is currently, we added something. Okay, is currently considering is the same thing as thinking. All right, when you consider something, it's the same word as thinking. I paraphrase considering now. I'm thinking to considering. Okay, considering different, we have different forms of offenses here. We have different forms of punishment. I mean, we have capital and then we have life imprisonment. So different forms of punishment. For criminal offenses, we have it here. Here we have for offenses by criminals. So we can change our own to for criminal offenses. Are you getting the structure now? We are paraphrasing now, but we are not changing meaning. Exactly. What did we do? We omitted federal. We left government. Is thinking. We added currently. We added adverb. Is currently considering. We changed thinking to considering. Okay. So it's thinking of most reasonable option for offenses. So we have different forms of punishment for criminal offenses. Yeah. Now, I told you that the two sentences, instead of still breaking it, make it one, right? So we can introduce comma to make it a complex sentence. Exactly. Then we can now make it what are these offenses that we have mentioned? The different forms of punishment for criminal offenses. Now, what are the punishment? We can now bring it in. We can say including capital punishment. We can't change those ones. We can't paraphrase those ones, so we leave it like that. But capital punishment and life imprisonment. It's not that we can't paraphrase them, but let's just leave it so that we won't be changing too much. Life imprisonment. This is our background statement, the paraphrase of the topic. We have rewarded the topic now. Do you understand the gist now?
Yeah.
Okay. So now I told you thesis statement. Now the next sentence is now going to be your thesis statement. That is a statement that is going to show your opinion. We are still on the introduction now. The thesis statement is going to show your opinion. So if you want to start a thesis statement, you can start with phrases like "as far as I'm concerned." You can start with "in my opinion." You can start with "in my view." You can start with "from my perspective." Do you understand? So let's have something
Yes.
like as far as okay, as far as I am concerned. As far as I am concerned.
I think in my opinion, is better.
Okay, you prefer "in my opinion." Alright. Let's use it then. In my opinion, comma. So which one did you say you prefer? Life imprisonment, right? Okay. Life imprisonment. What do I put? Life imprisonment is the more reasonable option, right? Is the more reasonable option. Why? As you give now we've seen your opinion, we've seen that you prefer life imprisonment, but now you have to state why briefly. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yeah, so let's say that because we want to give to give reason, we need because now. Because what? Because it is more humane. When you say something is more humane, that is is better, it is more considerable. Do you understand? It is more humane because it is more humane. Also, we can still have another reason. This is one reason. And which other one? It ensures it is more humane and still do you know why I brought still inside? Because some people may feel like capital punishment is the one that ensures public safety because you've killed them, but life imprisonment still ensures public safety as long as they are inside the prison, right? And still ensures public safety. Full stop. This is our introduction now.
Sets a better precedence on public safety.
Okay, I think it is even so that we won't be having too much of words. You get? Let's just leave it like
because based on what you're saying, it looks like there's so many basic words.
Yeah.
So like we're talking about the government now, so kind of like use words that resonate with what concerns the government. That's what I'm looking at.
Yeah. Yes, when you're writing, you can bring those in, and then we look. It's a good idea. You understand? But in the place of writing, don't go and sound too overly big. You understand? Just keep it as simple as possible, but still be advanced. You understand? So from the introduction part, you understand now. Now, after introduction, you're going to have your body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and then your conclusion. Okay? Body paragraph 1, body paragraph 2, and then your conclusion. Now, take down what you're going to be doing in your body paragraph 1 and body paragraph 2 and your conclusion. In your body paragraph 1, are you writing it down?
Yeah.
Okay. In your body paragraph 1, you said that you support life imprisonment. So what you are going to be doing is that you will give your reason, the reason why you support life imprisonment. Okay, reason why you support life
Yes.
imprisonment. So let your structure be this way. Body 1, start with topic sentence. A good topic sentence. Topic sentence is, it shows the main idea of what you want to discuss in the paragraph. It shows what you want to discuss in the paragraph. For example, now you can say, firstly, life imprisonment allows criminals the opportunity to reflect on their actions, full stop. Okay, so next, after your topic sentence, you explain it. Explain your topic sentence. Explain it. Explain the topic sentence. Explain the idea in the topic sentence. Next, after explaining the idea in the topic sentence, what do? You can actually, can you do that for this one? Yes, you can actually add examples. Add few example. Add an example. You can add an example. You understand? But don't personalize example. Alright? For example, some prisoners develop blah blah blah. Some prisoners are blah blah blah. Generalize examples, don't personalize it. Exactly.
Yeah.
So for the body 2, the body paragraph 2, what do? You give another reason. Alright? Give another reason why you support life imprisonment. Firstly, you said that the first one you said is that it is more humane. The second one is that it ensures public safety, right? So you can discuss the idea of public safety in the second one, but then this time around you will now compare it with capital punishment. You get what I'm saying? So the second body 2, second reason, then after your second reason, just like I said, explain your topic sentence first, then you explain, then you will now, your third sentence, let it compare with capital punishment. When I say comparison, you are in your comparison, you'll be stating why capital punishment is not, capital punishment shouldn't be an option. You understand? You can give the instances where people are in prison for crimes they didn't commit, and if it were capital punishment, they wouldn't be able to reverse situations like that after they've killed them. But for life imprisonment, the government may still consider bringing them out. You get something like that. For innocent people, they can revisit their cases and pardon them. Examples like that you can give them. Then after, then we have a conclusion as a final paragraph. Conclusion. In your conclusion, I always tell my students, like, well, it's not that when you use these words, it's not that you're going to fail, but there are some words that just help to add to your score.